I have not. Now I've hit start as well.
Whoa.
We've all started. We're starting strong.
Okay, I want to, before we begin with anything, I need to play
You're
something.
going to love this.
I hope you're going to
Trust
love
me.
this.
What you're seeing now is my normal state.
No. Can you about that?
No.
Ow, I hit my funny bone. Can you start first? Okay, here
Yes,
we go.
yes.
Okay, prepare yourself.
Ladies and gentle people, this episode marks the return of one man who has faced many battles than a soldier in a war zone. In the last 3 weeks, this man has been through 2 car accidents and somehow has still found time to become a new dad. He's been dodging danger and diapers like a pro. Troy, welcome back to the show.
Troy, welcome back to the show. Yes.
Wow.
It's really true to form because when I was about to play, I smashed
That is horrible.
I smashed
That is horrible.
I smashed my funny bone just before. So
Oh, good. You deserve it because, oh my goodness, if this doesn't match the theme.
that's gonna get us copyright strike.
I'm going to stop that. That was absolutely horrible. Why couldn't you have just said that yourself? Also, was that your voice or?
I mean, it was pitched, extremely pitched.
I know, but it was your voice. I could tell.
Yes.
It was your voice badly pitched.
Yes. It's meant to be like
Jackson,
a
you know
heroic
the problem.
return. Like, you've had 2 car crashes, you've become
I know,
a dad,
but
you've been
that's
dodging
just-
diapers and danger.
Wish I hadn't survived.
I wish I wasn't here.
Oh man, that was shocking. Why didn't you just say it? You know the problem is you whenever you do things like that, you tend to put on like
Hold on, I've got a
acting
special guest
voice.
here.
Oh,
What's up?
you're in trouble.
She's not a special guest.
She's not a special guest.
You are special to me, though.
I'm gonna put my light on. Want to just restart or?
I mean, do you want to hear that thing again?
No, I don't. I don't want to hear that thing. Let's just cut it. You better cut this.
Oh, I'll have to, yeah, unfortunately.
Anyway, Jackson, I have been waiting
Yes, so have I.
for this.
Oh, not that. I haven't been waiting for
I've been
whatever is
waiting for
Trackatini. Oh,
a while.
plus
for
100.
this.
Guys, he's plus 100.
I think I deserve one of these after the month I've had.
Speaking of random drinks, have you seen them
month I've
Iron
had.
Brews in Coles?
Yeah, I've had it before.
So good.
I worked with an Irish guy. Not really, no. They're just like cheap
Well,
Fanta.
I mean, for me, they're better than Fanta.
Nah, they're all right.
I do like them. It's Scottish. I
Aren't
love
they
a good
like-
Scottish drink.
Like, it's been a while since I've had one, but aren't they like mandarin flavored or something?
It's a fruity,
No.
fizzy flavour. I'm not sure what specifically it is, but yeah, it's definitely fruity, fizzy. It's very nice, very nice. Definitely.
I thought they were all right, but I don't understand. Like, there's nothing particularly special about them. They
mean,
just
it's fair.
taste like a Fanta or a Sunkist, just
Yeah.
slightly different.
I just like how sometimes, like when you lately, Coles and Woolworths have been bringing in more overseas foods and drinks and like see Iron Brew because I've always heard about it, I've just never had it, and because like
You
Scottish
know
people,
that it's been at Coles for ages.
I just never noticed it. I guess yeah.
Really? You need to look at the international food section, Jackson.
Well, international food is just obviously all Asia. There's never any. Like,
I mean,
Scottish.
no, not really. It's got a
There's
lot of
more-
other things, but
there's more New
there
Zealand
is a few Asian foods.
There's more New Zealand foods and drinks than there are probably UK foods. To be honest,
I mean, that's
At my
partly because
Coles.
New Zealand's closer, but
yeah, that's true.
what you tell me UK drink or UK food?
Besides Iron Brew,
Yeah, you tell me one.
there's the
They got
weird
this
sh-
stuff.
the-
They got this stuff called
Chocolate- is
I
it-
forget what it's called.
There's the Cadbury Wisps, which is like a weird flake, but something else.
Yeah, no, it's
Come in.
no, I'm thinking they got the stuff that tastes like Vegemite.
Oh, yes.
It's not called haggis, but it's
No.
haggis is the
Vegemite Pro.
no, but it's got a similar, it's got a
Marmite.
similar name.
Marmite.
Not Marmite, you spaz. No, it's a drink. Or it's
I
like-
love
I'm
how
trying
you're
to-
calling me a spaz and yet you're gone.
Right, since the guy who has headphones over his footy.
Yeah, but at least I don't have connection issues.
This headphone's playing up.
Well, it's funny you mention that because I have been kind of wanting to get a wireless one because this thing gets caught so many dang times. So
I'm surprised you haven't yet. They're amazing.
Mm.
The only reason I haven't bought a new one, I should buy a new one with this one because it keeps playing up. But I've had this one for like 4 or 5 years or something.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
To the point where the oil from my hair or my ears, like it's physically affected it. Like when you sit in a car seat for years, when you sit in a car seat and the back of your head touches the car thing and it never gets cleaned, so it creates like an oil layer.
Right.
Give me 2 seconds. Courtney, are you right there? He's crying pretty loud. I gotta go check.
No worries. So I'm just going to talk to myself a little bit here. So British drinks, there's Vimto, Ribena. Apparently Ribena is a British, I guess, but they do have that here. Bar Cola, Iron Brew, Lucozade, which I think is pretty good from what I've heard. I've just never had it. Lucozade is a British brand soft drink. Oh, it's made by Suntory. Interesting. I wonder what flavour it is, though, because I've definitely heard the name Lucozade before. But yeah, they
don't have. There's no UK drinks here in Australia. Meanwhile, your list of UK drinks.
Yeah,
Ribena.
yeah.
I know that. That's everywhere.
Just don't think about it though, being British.
I don't know if you know this, Jackson, but Australia was originally a British colony, so
I'm
a lot of
aware.
our foods and drinks are based off British stuff.
Yeah.
Inspired, yes. And then we got the American influence, and hence why we've got burgers and all that, and why we've got Coca-Cola, etc. And then you've got the Asian influence, which means we've got a lot of fried rice dishes and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
and South Korean foods and that, like bao buns, bao burgers,
Gotcha. Yeah, I couldn't find this
and everything else.
that drink you're thinking of, but anyway.
Do you know the reason why we don't have that many international foods, Jackson?
Because
It's because we already have most of the international foods.
Yeah, I suppose so.
We can get green curry, red curry, matsuman curry, regular plain curry.
So good.
You name a different curry.
Rainbow curry.
I mean, you could go with pad thai.
Yeah.
That could be a form of curry, or tikka masala, or
Cheeky masala.
it sounds like matsuman, but it's not. It's like masuki or something. I can't pronounce it.
There's another one called Bar soft drink. BARR.
BARR.
Yeah, I've never heard that
Black
one before.
sheep.
Yes, thank you, Troy. Thank you. Yes. Very well done. Congratulations on your joke.
Yes, sir.
Couple of bags
cans
full. 3 cans full. One for myself, and one more for myself.
One for the store and one for the pub.
Now, Troy.
And one for the drunk who falls down the lane.
Falls down the well.
That's right. Who fell in
Dare
the well.
I ask you, since the last time we recorded an episode, do you have at least one highlight?
I mean, there was the car accident, the birth of my son, the other car accident after the birth of my son. I beat Ganon in Legend of Zelda.
Oh, you did that.
That's the
one I was looking
Let's
for.
focus.
Yeah, that's the most important one.
Let's focus on that.
Who cares about the life-changing things? Let's talk about
That's right.
Ganondork. No, I think it's just called Ganon.
Ganondork.
It's just Ganon, isn't it?
It's Calamity Ganon
Calamity
in
Ganon, yeah.
Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
But frankly, a bit underwhelming. I don't know why I put it off for so long to do other things, because while Courtney was in the hospital with Axel, I was like playing the game, and I'm like, I don't want to beat... I want to... Because I'm in the hospital, I don't want to use the volume when playing.
Yeah.
So every time I'd get to one of Link's memories, I'd go back and I'd finish it at home, or I'd bring my headphones to the hospital so I could actually watch the cutscene and listen to it. And then when I was ready to fight Ganon, I was like, oh, I better hold this off, because otherwise I'm going to stop playing the game as soon as I beat Ganon. Which I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did immediately just stop playing the game because I didn't see much point in doing the rest of the shrines and all that.
That's fair.
But I started to do it at home when Axel was when he got transferred to the other hospital.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So yeah, we're all good to go. I finished. I beat Ganon, and it was pretty. I don't know why they like it. You watch people play it online. It looks like a hard fight, but it was easier than the Wind Blight fight. Like I just ran up and started hitting Ganon.
Well, I was going to question:
Master
is
Sword.
the reason why you found it a bit underwhelming is because you were a bit overpowered? Like, you know, when you're like versing those other Ganons at the time, you're not as stronger, or is
I mean,
possible?
yes and no, but fighting the blights was kind of like that was also really easy. Once you work out the little
Weaknesses,
gimmick with some of them, then you can just you could just beat him really easily. The Calamity Ganon thing was even worse because I was expecting to have to use the Blight, like, because use the same abilities because he does the same things as the Blight.
Yeah.
But I found that once you just deflected a beam back at him, you could just run up and start attacking him with the Master Sword, and it's half of his health is taken away by doing the storyline, and you beat all the because when you beat the Blights, they what are they called?
The Guardians.
The Divine Beasts.
Yeah,
they're
Divine
called?
Beast. Sorry, Divine Beast. That's correct. Not Guardians.
They set up like a laser. They all point their lasers at him at the castle, and then as soon as you begin the fight with Calamity Ganon, they fire and take his health down halfway.
Yeah, which is a bit of a cheat code. But
and then you bring it down all the way, and then he enters into his second phase, which is basically where he starts using the abilities of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I just tanked like 2 of the abilities and just shot arrows at him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gotcha. Because
and then I basically I did have overpowered weapons. Like I had all the best weapons of the game, which I was saving. But I was kind of expecting it to be a little harder than it was.
Yeah.
Like I've got the best weapons of the game. You'd think that would not make the fight easy, would make it more more bearable. Like make it normal.
Do you remember at the start of the game if it's a difficulty mode or if it's just set? I wonder if it's just set.
There's no difficulty mode, I don't believe.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's no difficulty.
No, I think that's right.
checked that afterwards, actually. I went, have I been playing on easy this whole time?
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
But no, I don't think there is a difficulty mode. I
Yeah.
could double check it, but I'm like 90% sure there is.
Yeah, I don't think there is, yeah. I think that's right. Yeah. Yeah, right.
But don't get me wrong. Going and fighting him when you've just got a stick or two, like, and 3 hearts, I can imagine that being harder. But also, the people who do the speed runs, if they're quick enough and they just quickly make themselves like the right kind of food, and they play it like it wouldn't be that difficult to beat all the Blights and then beat Ganon.
That's the one thing I find funny about Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild is, right, you have all these boss battles, and there's an instance where you just press the pause button, and you're like, hold on, Ganon, I'm just going to eat this food.
Full health.
And Ganon's like, you done yet?
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, it's so easy to just pause and then eat some food. And the worst part is, it's so easy to make full restore recovery food.
Yeah.
So full restore is basically what it is. It recovers all your current hearts.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to make full restores that also give you 3 or 4 extra bonus hearts. You know how you do it? You take anything that has hearty in it, like hearty truffles, hearty beets, hearty. I think it's durian.
Yeah, durians or something.
Any kind of durian, any kind of hearty thing. You then add salt to it when you cook. You cook one hearty beet, add salt, and you get an instant like full recovery plus 3 hearts.
Yeah, they do make it easier for it though.
And it's just really I'm sitting there going, why am I making any other food at this point?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh well, at least you got the game. So you played the game. I'm assuming
Played the games. So
Tears of the Kingdom coming soon. You reckon?
I don't think I'll be playing that for a little while. I want to take a little break.
No, that's fair.
What I might do is play an actual hard Zelda game, and maybe renew my Nintendo subscription thing and play Majora's Mask.
Oh yeah, yep, that's a good one.
Because I've been watching a lot of random Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time randomizers, like people do the randomizers. And the last video I watched was actually a guy doing a no-hit run of Majora's Mask.
Yeah, that's hard.
And when I say no, and he specifies no-hit means like it's not just not taking damage, it's also like he can't block with his shield. That's considered a hit.
Oh, yeah.
So
true.
it's not a no damage run, it's a no-hit run.
Mm.
And there are certain things that, like, he has to do very, very specific moves. And even some moves or some things that occur in-game that don't cause damage, he still considers hits.
Yeah, because there'd be some
For example,
moments where you have to shield.
Yeah. So, and if he falls off a cliff or voids, when you fall into the void and it puts you back at where you were. Have you played many Zelda games? You haven't played
I have played one of the original 64 games. And I've played Wind Waker, and also played Twilight Princess.
Okay, well, if you fall off like a cliff in a dungeon, for example, it takes away a heart or 2 and warps you back to the start of the room you're in.
Oh yeah.
So say you're jumping from cliff to cliff, and you need to get from one side of the room to the other.
Mm-hmm.
So get through. You've gone in one door, you've come into this room with a bunch of platforms, and then you got to get to the other side where the other door is. if you jump and fall from those platforms and there's no floor, so it's literally a void, you get warped back to the start of that room with like 1 or 2 hearts missing.
Right. Okay.
And that's called voiding out.
Gotcha.
And if you and he did part of his run is that if he voids out, it counts as a hit.
Because okay.
So he had to do all these different strategies to actually and he was doing a 100% completion run. So he had to get everything in the game, complete the whole game without getting hit once by any opponent.
See, I mean, people will find different ways to play the games, and that's just insane. Like that's just I wouldn't even contemplate it.
I don't understand the mind of like a speed runner or someone like that. Like I
Just for a bit of
get it
clout.
to a degree. I understand like the thrill and the chase and the frustration of and when you make a game harder than it actually is. Like I can understand people speed running Breath of the Wild because no offense to the game, but it does get a little boring and repetitive to a degree.
Yeah,
like
fair.
it's a good game, but you get about halfway through the game, and at that point, you're either playing for the storyline or you could just skip straight to the boss.
You got a baby.
All right, passing you. And now for our surprise guest,
Number 3.
a lot of Axel.
Number 3.5.
Lot of axolotl.
No, number 3.5.
You got something to say? No. All
It's
right.
funny because there's another podcast I listen to sometimes. Their host also had a baby, their second child, and to get people to watch or listen, he had his baby with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Let's just blur him out. Hold on, I need to check something really quick. Courtney, were you saying he was stirring or something?
Stirring.
Were you saying he was stirring?
He was
or
shit
something?
stirring.
Oh, wait, here we go.
Shit stirring.
Oh, okay. Let's go. There's no milk there.
This is the baby episode.
That's just the baby.
baby.
So let's put you in my lap and
The baby.
the baby. Hello there, baby.
The baby.
Calm down. Calm down. Here, grab my finger.
Hold your horse.
Hold my finger tight.
Calm your farm.
Hey, it's all right. He's sucking on his fingers now.
That's
It's all right,
good.
buddy.
That's good.
It's all right. It's all right. Calm down. Stop breathing so heavily. Okay, yeah, you're hyperventilating. You know that? There we go.
Also, for those that are listening, Troy has had a shave, and you wouldn't know it's him.
Yes, I had to shave for work for a mask fitting.
Mm. Yeah, it's always so weird seeing him out of bed. It's like, who is this man?
Hey.
Hey.
All right, Daddy's got you.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Yes. Yeah, where's his binky?
Binky.
Yep. Yeah, it's called a binky. Haven't you heard of it?
Not until
No, it's
now.
all right.
Just go. I feel like you should go like this.
What? He doesn't need a burpee.
No, just like it's being held.
You want me to do a little bit? I just hit his hand against my head.
Did somebody say KFC?
Oh, that calmed him down.
Yeah. See, you're welcome.
No, it didn't actually. You're headbutting my headphones, Axel. We don't want you headbutting the headphones now, do we?
No, you're too small for headphones.
There we go. Good boy. Good boy. Hope his neck didn't break just
No,
then.
I wouldn't have thought so. Yeah.
What, have you fed him? It's been like an hour, hasn't it? Maybe he's hungry again.
2 hours.
It's been too. Well, he was hungry.
You know what
2
they
hours
say,
ago.
but you know what they say about boys. Boys are just, boys.
What, they
yeah.
like to eat? Oh, jeez, that's loud. Hey, at least do it into the mic.
Yeah, come on, we want the
You wanna
audio
do it
quality.
into the mic. At least cry into the mic.
We want the audio quality. Wow, what's he doing right in my ears? Oh,
What was it?
listen-
What do you? What's your opinion on what is it called? Presidential nominee Donald Trump, Axel?
Oh, it's good. You've spoiled my thing. I'm gonna do. Can I continue like this? Is that what we're doing now?
You can continue. This is fine.
Okay, sure.
He's just getting comfortable.
Well, since we've talked about your life-changing highlights, aka finishing
I mean,
Tears of the Breath of the Wild.
look, the most important thing. Would you move your hand? I can't give you this. Look at what I'm dealing with. Do you see this? Hold on.
Yeah, I can see what you're
Do
doing.
you see this?
Yeah, I can see. I know what it's like. I was in this situation 5 months ago.
I thought you'd still be in this situation.
Oh, not
That's
really.
not a nip. That's not the kind of nipple you want, bud. Trust me. We already tried this on day one. Didn't work out. Here, take this.
Take
Don't
this.
spit it out. Suck
Take
it and
this.
hold it.
Take this. You know, for those listening, they're gonna have no idea. Oh, they'll have some idea, I'm sure. But anyway.
Okay, so from this point of view, with the sound, it sounds like because he went. Sounds like he's kissing my nipple, but it's actually the binky.
Yes, the binky.
And I call it binky because I watched Rugrats as a kid.
Ah, see, I did too, but I'd never recalled it being binky or what it was.
They always called it binky. You know, that's my binky.
The only thing I
Chucky.
remember, the only thing I remember from Rugrats was one of the movies. I see London, I see France, I see Coco's underpants. That's the only thing I remember so distinctively.
I remember specifically, who let the dogs out? Who?
Was that in one of the? That's hilarious.
That was the movie. Rugrats go to Paris or something.
Oh yeah, that's the
or
same. That's the
France.
same movie. The I see London, I see France, Coco's under. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a clip where like it plays "Who Let the Dogs Out," and it's specifically the family dog, like basically going on like a party spree. Like he goes running around town with all the other dogs or something.
Fair enough.
I'll tell you what, I don't remember those movies that well, but the first Rugrats movie, it's like a brutal, like emotional experience.
Yeah, no.
Like it's pretty brutal what happens to those babies in that movie. Like they literally like. I think it's a moving truck and they fall off the truck in the middle of the forest.
Yeah,
And it's like the little 2 or 3 year old Tommy with his little brother who's just been born.
deal.
And you know that I'll tell you what, it was an educational experience for me to learn where children come from because the start of the movie is literally his brother Stewie. I think it's Stewie or Stu.
Stewie, yeah.
It's literally his birth process, and they do the whole, like darkness and then peeking into the light. You see the doctor's face. Like you get a first person perspective of his birth.
Yeah, it's kind of graphic if you think about it too much.
And then there's a scene where Tommy's got to try and he's trying to look after him, and he shares his bottle with Stewie, and Stewie sucks it all dry, and he's like, "That was the last of it." and then the little baby like grabs the blanket, rolls it around himself, and takes it all. And Tommy's like had enough, and he's like, "That's it," and he rips it from him, and it rips in half, and he storms off. It's pretty brutal when you think about their ages. When you think about how if it wasn't a cartoon, they'd already be dead.
Yeah, no, it just wouldn't happen.
But we wouldn't let that happen to you, would we? Actually,
No,
you
we
suck on-
won't.
You suck on the dummy, the binky.
So yeah, like I was saying, all your highlights. My highlight, I only had one. I mean, I've got a few now that I think about the other one. I just remembered.
I've decided to like keep these highlights to one per episode. So my highlight for this episode / week, since over the next couple of weeks I'm not going to be doing too much.
No.
We'll talk about the car accident and then the other car accident in a different one.
Yes, because we could spend all night talking about that, I guess.
And bloody international drivers and running reds.
Oh,
I had the green. I had the green.
Spoilers.
I'll pay you back.
Spoilers.
Yes, that's right.
Save yourself.
And insurance and all that.
I mean, you were the person in the story, but we've got to tell the story, even though you already know the story in another episode.
Anyway, the important thing is I beat Legend of Zelda. It was pretty easy, and I still don't like Zelda's voice.
Yeah, I mean,
Link, do you remember me? Link,
you must find me. Link, I'm a princess, but I do have powers.
I cannot hold back Calamity Ganon's power. Link, you must use the bow of light to defeat Dark Beast Ganon. Link,
Yeah,
Link. And then the final moments. I knew you'd save me. Now, Link, do you remember me? Is it true? Do you truly remember me?
nods.
It doesn't. He just kind of looks,
Nods.
and like even the eyes go.
Maybe.
Link.
So yeah, my highlights. The first
Yes.
one.
Yep.
I was working at Savers, you know, the store Savers.
Specsavers, yeah.
No, not Specsavers. Yeah, Specsavers. No, like the
The
second.
glasses store savers.
No,
or...
you know, like the secondhand store where it's like clothes and stuff and random people's stuff that people
kind
donate.
of. Is it a second? Ah, is it an op shop?
Yeah, it's kind of like an op
service?
shop, yeah. So we service them. And I was working in one of them.
Oh wait! Is this wait? Is this the one they've got one around the corner from my place that you went to the other day when you
no.
came down here with Savannah?
No.
What was that one?
That was Salvos.
What's it called?
That was Salvos.
No, it wasn't Salvo's. The one next to Hungry Jack's.
Yeah, that was Salvos. Salvation.
That
no,
wasn't a Salvos.
what is that one?
It's called what are they called?
It's the blue one.
Well, I got a little funny story about that specific one. I can't remember the name of it, but that brand of op shop, right? They don't sell Kmart Anko shirts. Do you want to know why?
Was
Because last time they put one up for sale, they sold it for $15 when you can get a brand new one from Kmart for $10. Like a person came in and complained because they were selling the shirt for more than its retail value.
okay.
And a spokesperson for the company said, "Oh, we don't usually sell their shirts because all our prices are based on like a standard."
It's Vinny's.
So Vinny's, that's it. Vinny's apparently sells Kmart stuff.
Yeah.
At a higher price than Kmart does when it's secondhand.
That's good. So
But
so I was working at the Savers, and I was working in the area where they sort through the donated stuff.
yep.
And this lady was going
And
through
you
a
went,
bag.
"Can I have that shirt?"
No,
and I
no,
went, "Yeah, sure,
lady was
just
going-
take it."
This lady was going through a
Yeah.
bag, and she is like, "Oh, that feels soft," and I went, "Ah!" and ran off to their toilets to wash her hands.
She went, "Ah."
Yes, this lady had gone through a bag and discovered female
Cum.
sex toy.
Sounds about right. I found it's not that. I found one of those.
But I'm just
I
like,
was literally. I went to the bin at a job site, a skip right, and there's this little thing on the ground, and I'm like, "What is that?" And I look closer, and the packaging was there next to it. I'm like, "Oh, that's a vibrator."
yeah, that's what.
What's
they,
that? What's
that's
that? Why is there a bloody It looks used too. Ew, gross.
Yeah, someone
I
donated.
took a Snapchat of it and sent it to some friends.
So someone donated vibrator to the Savers store. Like, people just donate anything these days, it seems, without really thinking too much.
I may. Hey, if you wash it, it's perfectly good.
Yeah. And the other quick little highlight I want to quickly tangent off to was the show that we're based off, that we ripped off, Alpha Blokes.
Mm-hmm.
I was driving in Shepparton the other day, and I drove past a car that had a cringeworthy Alpha Blokes podcast car sticker.
Oh no. Also,
No,
I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't-
say
just
I
quickly-
wouldn't say we're based off them at all.
really,
I'd
not
say we
really.
came up with a similar idea,
yeah, the
but a
name.
little bit after.
Yeah, true. And it was funny when I drove past them, I looked at them like, ugh, you disgust me.
Although, to be fair, in you could argue that basically they're different style shows, for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
And we don't really, no offense to those blokes, but they talk about like being, what's the word I'm looking for, like integrity and all this other stuff, and they wouldn't do this sort of thing, and then they're immediately like, better beer, the best kind of beer, and I'm sitting there going, you're only saying that because they're paying you.
I took a big shit the other day, better beer.
Oh my goodness! I remember going through the episode, and I was like, I wonder how many shit jokes these guys came up with, and it just would not stop.
All right. I want to get into some news because obviously it's been a couple of good weeks since we've had a last episode. And I've got this little thing I want to play.
Yes, everybody, it's time for the news segment. Yeah, the segment about the news. The news where the segment's about the news. The news!
So Tenacious D had an Australian tour going on.
Yeah, I know. I
And
saw.
one of them said
I was a
something
bit
about the Trump
disappointed,
thing.
frankly.
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
a bit disappointed with that.
yeah, come on, Jack Black.
I
just-
don't know if Jack Black knew that was coming.
Yeah.
He didn't seem to know. And what do you do? What do you do? Because they're actually brothers, aren't they?
No, they're friends. They're really good friends.
Are they actually? I thought they were
They're
actually
not brothers.
brothers.
They're not brothers.
They're not actually brothers. Okay.
I can understand why you think that, but they're not brothers.
Well, no, because I could have sworn it said they were brothers at some point in.
Oh, band brothers, I guess. That's probably what they could say, but yeah.
Well, anyway, I understand. I understand when your friend, like, you're doing a performance and your friend says something that's like not kosher.
Not by the book.
But you can't just turn around and go, "Oh, I'm so sorry, everyone." You kind of just have to deal with it and move on. You just ignore it and move on, which is what Jack Black did basically.
Yeah.
They just continued and then after people got upset, he went, "All right, we're going to cancel the concert." So I was sitting there going, I don't know why they need to cancel it because of that, but
Yeah, it seems a bit much.
just say it was a bad joke.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because maybe Jack Black's a Trump supporter, true and true, but then, I don't know, it just seems like he's just trying to protect himself, and which is a bit dumb, because, like...
It's called, people do that all the time.
Yeah, I know.
It's called backtracking.
Yeah.
It's called damage control.
Yeah, damage control.
Which what they don't realize is any news is good news, you know. The people are talking about it.
All publicity.
I didn't even know they were in Australia until I found out that they joked about not missing Trump.
What's crazy is like the flaming, I can't remember which politician it was, but there was a politician who came out and said these guys should be deported. I'm like, that's a bit strong.
But it was an American politician, wasn't it?
No, it was an Australian one. Because why wouldn't American politicians say they should be deported from Australia?
That's what I thought was weird. I'm sitting there going, what this American politician wants our PM to deport them.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, why would you deport them for a bad tasting joke?
It was a it was a member from the United Australia Party.
Wait, really? Isn't that the Clive Palmer party?
Yes.
Or was? Oh my God. You can't do idiots.
I reckon.
Idiots. Aren't they like meant to be super free speech or something?
I don't think so.
I think they're meant to be like, they consider themselves a bit of the free speech party.
Yeah.
We don't actually have a free speech code or anything. We have a limited speech code. So let's not talk about that.
It was a bit funny.
Not allowed to.
So, yeah, I understand damage control. You got to do what you got to do. What stemmed from this, though, was a funny conversation I had with my mother. And, like...
Yes.
So I remember reading some theories about this whole shooting.
Jackson, did you hear about the Trump thing, Jackson?
Is that Troy? No, because...
He's lovely, that Troy.
What a dad he is. Such a dad. Yeah. So I was going through some theories, and people mentioned like, it was staged, like because when it happened, people thought
Trump
it was staged.
Thing?
Yeah.
No,
the shooting.
The Trump thing or the Jack Black thing?
No, the Trump thing. The shooting was staged.
I legit watched like a news article about it, and it went through all the details and where the shooter was and all this stuff. And I watched the replay, and I was looking at the whole thing, going, "This looks so sus."
Yeah.
It's probably real. And it looks real enough, but at the same time, I'm like, this is so, like, it looks really, really, really sus.
Yeah, it's funny because...
Like, the main reason I believe that it actually is true is because there's actual other people recording stuff going on.
Especially the lady from behind Trump who was filming. Like,
there's people, but there's people who were recording where the shooter was going, what the heck's that guy doing up there?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm 100% like you've got real footage from real people all around the place.
Yeah,
but it looks really sus because Trump turns his head to the side, like he's like turns his head to the side, and then all the Secret Service people come and jump on top of him, and then he stops, comes back up, still holding his ear, and you just see like a bit of blood on his face.
Yeah, true.
But you don't actually see like the damage to his ear or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I can understand people saying, it no offense, but it's a good, like, if it was a stage sort of thing, it would be a really good political move.
Yeah.
But I don't think, I think
Strange.
it's just dumb, people dumb, and apparently the shooter was actually wasn't a Democrat or anything like that, he wasn't left leaning, he was right leaning.
Yeah. So the
other thing was the photo of him. It looked like a photo from his year 12, or not year 12, whatever they call it, from his like teenage high school yearbook.
Senior, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there going, this guy's 22 years old and he's got braces.
Yeah, well, it's not the private health sector over there. It's not too great.
Why would a random 22-year-old want to shoot Donald Trump? That doesn't make sense.
So, because like my mum thought like. My mum was a bit like taken back. Well, not taken back. She was a bit surprised. She thought, "Is it AI?" I'm like, "Mum, if it was AI would have aimed better." I was like, "AI could have aimed better."
Wait, it was an AI shooter or an AI video?
An AI video, I think.
AI would have had like him put his hand up and it stretches.
AI would have had it like when the bullet goes and hits him.
You see his fingers like wrap around in a circle and then he forms a fist. And instead of it going up, it's like it twists around and then up.
my thought was like if it was an AI video, it when the bullets hit him, it cut to where like in Mortal Kombat, you know, when there's a fatality and it like all the graphic.
You should see because a lot of the memes that are going around, or the videos that people make of. Do you know JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Yes,
You don't know. What
yes,
that
I do
is.
know the
You
show.
It's
It's very.
You know how they. Yeah, you know how they got the stands, like the things that appear behind them and that?
Yes.
Yeah, they gave Donald Trump like a weird American stand. It has like the stand catch the bullet as it's about to hit him. And you hear like, Nani desu ka?
Non-disco.
Oh my, and like, Omae wa shundayo.
Nani? Yeah, I mean, I've heard like this. A chaser lately has been all about doing US politics because it's the only thing that's really going on. And
yeah,
so,
because
like,
they're doing their election and all that stuff.
The campaign. It's like I was listening back to an old one of our previous episodes, and I was trying to think out. I was like, they've just started their election year. I'm like, that's not the right word though. And I was trying to think of the word campaign. That was what I was trying to think of. Anyway, so yeah, everyone's campaigning. Biden's pulled the pin because he's too old, and
falling apart, dementia, all that stuff.
Yes. So been kind of interesting listening to what all the people have been saying about it. But I found some lighthearted US politic news. There's a man from Texas literally changed his name. He changed his name to literally anybody else to apply for a particularly difficult to get job, become the president of the United States of America.
Literally anybody else.
That's his name. He changed his name to that. Literally anybody else.
That reminds me of a there was this weightlifting coach, right? For women's, I think it was women's weightlifting. Yeah, it was weightlifting. And this guy trains all these girls to as professional weightlifters and all this other stuff. And he was a bit annoyed because this trans athlete who was the record holder and had won most of the against the girls that he trains and other people, she had made a comment about how like women's weightlifting, like and she was saying not specific people though, that she did drop name dumps of people. And she said it's just in general, it's just really like lacking and terrible and like they're weak basically. Yeah. And so he was a bit annoyed about that. So he entered the same competition as this guy. And for his gender, he said, whatever helps or whatever gets me the win. That was he identified. That was his gender or his identification.
Oh, goodness.
His pronoun.
Yeah.
So he made his pronoun that.
Pro.
And he won the competition and got the record against this trans woman. And so at the very end of the video I watched, the guy's like, whatever helps me win's record still stands even to this day.
Goodness me.
But it's kind of funny because it had the trans woman. I think it's trans woman, not trans man. Yeah, she released a video saying how like there was a bit of a disruption at the event. He was the disruption. Him just entering and going, well, if she can enter because of her pronoun,
why can't I?
I can too. Yeah, why can't I?
Yeah.
And she said there was a bit of disruption, and then she had a moment I should say, because he had a moment of realization where he's like, oh, maybe it's not fair for me to be entering these events because I had male parts for most of my life and identified as male for much of my life, etc.
So this man,
but she said it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because everyone there likes me. Everyone loves me there at the event. So it's that what matters is I'm making people happy. I'm making people happy is what she said.
Yeah.
So,
well, this guy in Texas didn't have that happen. So this is the funny bit, right? So this guy who's literally he changed his name to literally anybody else. He's a 35-year-old military veteran and middle school math teacher.
Damn, military veteran and math school teacher.
Yeah, which is a bit crazy.
That's a bit odd.
He showed his distaste for a system that has his website states often prioritizes partisan battles over real solutions.
I just held him and put his
man magic. Men magic.
Man magic.
Yeah. Men have
I can't hold him like you. I put him on my chest and he cries and gets annoyed and he's like, this is too hard. But as soon as he's in my arms, he drops. He's limp.
He's
maybe
sleeping.
not limp. Maybe not limp. I picked up his arm and I was expecting it to drop. Like, I picked it up instead of it dropping. He went, and pulled it in.
Yeah,
Yes.
your fault he cried
There's another 10 cents right there.
My fault. Not
You
mine.
gotta say there's 10
Jackson's
cents
fault.
saving
Jackson,
up
it's
for
your fault.
what?
You little toes. Yes.
What's it my fault for?
You made Courtney bring him out here for Letitia, and so
It's Letitia's fault,
started
not my
crying.
fault.
It's my warmth, Courtney. He likes my warmth.
Yes, no, that's fact.
He's like
Fact.
he's
No,
like
it's
I'm like a
fact.
heat sink.
I'm saying that's facts.
That's right.
So anyway,
Fact.
this guy called
Continue.
literally anybody else. He is running a write-in campaign in Texas where he did not get the 113,000 signatures to make onto the ballot. Yeah. So he just was saying about it's not necessarily about drawing attention to my grievances, but about giving a place for anyone who shares their grievances to come together to a focal point.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just because he couldn't run in Texas
You want
because he
it
didn't get
back?
enough signatures.
Yes.
But
What
apparently
was that last bit?
he didn't get enough signatures to get a ballot spot in Texas, but he did get enough in Tennessee,
Oh, in Tennessee, he got enough. That's funny.
which is hilarious.
You know the thing that their country. So this is just from an outside point of view, obviously, because we're in Australia. But from what I've seen from all the videos I've watched about their politics, about what's going on in their country, about like things like the fentanyl crisis and people looking for jobs and work and all these jobs being around but because hundreds of people are applying for them, they get rejected by AI or automatic programs and stuff like that. From what I've seen, they seem to focus a lot on like their big elections, and they spend a lot of money on their presidential election. But the problem is they don't seem to understand that the president won't fix all of their problems. They can help get the system in a certain direction, like universal healthcare, for example. But what they need to do is they need to focus more on like local stuff, like inner community stuff and all that stuff. Like they need to start helping each other out, start helping out their neighbors and all that. We don't have to do that over here as much anymore.
Not really, no.
As much, but we don't have we've got a much smaller population that your neighbors aren't really that as close per se.
I forgot to bring this up earlier. So after that assassination attempt, there was a rally there or some sort of convention of Republicans. Out of all the people, Hulk Hogan was there. Did you see that?
Oh, I saw the Hulk Hogan speech.
So
Listen
But
here,
what
brother.
happened
We're
last
bringing
week
Trump.
when they took a shot at my hero
Is this? He rips his shirt off. Trump
and they
is
tried
back.
to kill the next
My hero.
president of the United States?
My hero, Donald Trump.
Was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
yes, yeah. Not a paid advertisement at all.
So there's a YouTuber called what's his name? Amarok or Arok or something. Amrock, that's the one. I think it's Amrock. But I've been watching some of his videos lately, and he actually played that whole 40 minutes of that,
Yeah, it was quite
doing
a
like
long
a bit
one,
of a reaction thing, and he pauses it when Hulk Hogan's like, "My hero, Donald Trump," and then he pauses it and he stops and he goes, "Guys, look, I'm just saying," and he brings up a photo of the president from Idiocracy. Do you know who Terry Crews is?
Yes.
Muscles. Yeah. Terry Crews,
Yeah.
the actor, plays this character in Idiocracy. He plays the
Right.
president of the United States,
Oh.
and it's like he's like he's wearing full American gear, and he's like, "We're gonna save the country. Like our man, the main character is going to help us save the country." And he brings a photo of Terry Crews as president. I think his name's like President Strong or President it's just President Rip Muscles or something.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Guys, I'm just saying, we're getting really close."
Yeah, I mean, part of me thinks Hulk Hogan was paid to be there. It's just
Probably.
it's weird though, but anyway. So
I
some of
just
those
find it funny.
with crossovers you just don't expect.
Last time I saw something to do with Hulk Hogan, it was something to do with the WWE. And he shows up and he's on. I think he's at the ring, and it was like a big 40-year, 50-year event. So they brought him and a few other John Cena. I don't know if they brought John Cena, but they brought well-known wrestlers of the past. And he's talking, and he goes, "Well, listen here, brother," and he's like, "It's so good to be back here in the Silver Dome," and and they've got commentators. The commentators are like, "I guess he didn't realize that this is actually the Diamond Dome," but we can forgive that. After all, back then it was the Silver Dome, or something like that. It was a slip of the tongue thing.
So I think
because he's so used to it.
I think Silver Dome was in Detroit. It used to be a really big stadium, but then it went dialect, basically. So
I love Hulk Hogan's voice. Listen here, brother. I got a friend who.
Do you love him when he went racist at one time?
No. I don't remember that.
He had a recent.
No, that never happened. That's fake news. When did he go racist?
He went. He had a. This is the.
Listen here, black men.
He had a
and women.
CCTV. There was a CCTV footage of him in his own house, and he's ranting about, I think, Asians, maybe it was. I can't remember, but yeah, it was weird. Anyway.
Those bloody Chinese taking my wrestling. Sorry.
Yeah, he sounded exactly like that. Yeah, he was mid-coughing fit while having a racist outburst.
Of course, because it's so hard to do that voice. I don't know how he does that voice. I don't know how you do that voice without losing it.
Something, brother. Yeah, nah. Not when I practice.
My voice hurts.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised.
I wouldn't be too surprised. I think everyone, even people who say that, or especially people who say they're not racist, everyone I think is a little racist in the sense that they're biased. Even like for example, a white person to an Indian person, but vice versa. And I reckon there are plenty of Indian people out there who are racist towards white people and Asians to white and whites to Asian, etc.
Well, there's a reason why you keep your inner thoughts inner.
That's exactly it, yeah. But it sounds like he was at his own house where he felt comfortable letting off a bit of steam.
Boxing gloves.
Here's the thing: you're allowed to have thoughts, and even racist thoughts, and express them out loud. But it's like if you direct it in an angry way, or you're yelling and screaming at just a random person who cut you off in the street, or I don't know, or walked in front of you or something, or maybe crashed into your car. Who knows?
That seemed topical, Troy.
It was very topical, yes. But I mean, I didn't say any racist thoughts to the guy, anything racist to the guy. I was more pissed off about the fact that he almost killed me. But
well, Troy, as they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
I did say to the guy, because he showed me his international license, and then he told me he had to learn his Australian license, and I said to him, I don't give a shit about your international license. If you're here in Australia with an Australian learners, you don't drive without someone, because that's what it sounded like he said. Turns out he was trying to say, but obviously he was a bit flustered too, that he was getting his learners for Australia. And that's what the police told. I asked if he actually was driving illegally, and they said no. His international license does count for 6 months, but he was going to get his learners here. And all I could think was why do you have to get your learners if you've been driving for 6 months on an international license? Can't you just jump straight to your P's?
Exactly.
It didn't make sense still to me. But I said, so he was driving completely legal, and they said yeah, and I was like, okay, that makes me feel a little bit better about the whole incident, that he had just made a mistake. He wasn't purposely going against the law. Yeah. Or he wasn't purposely an inexperienced driver.
Yes.
Because when I looked back at the footage and how it all occurred, I was like, no, I could see myself. I've almost made that mistake and pulled out in front of someone with like that before. So yeah,
it can happen.
But anyway, that's for another day. That's for another day. That topic.
Yeah, I was gonna. I don't know about this thing. It seems a bit pointless. I was like, because this has been such an American base or American centric episode. I was going to rattle off some fun facts about Australia that you possibly didn't know, which seems dumb to run through. But number one, the Australian Alps gets more snow than the Swiss Alps. 90% of Australians live on the coast. I think that's obvious.
Yeah. You should hear about the New Zealand stuff. Tasmania is not a real place.
Tasmania has the cleanest air in the world.
Yeah, fact.
You like this one? I think you might. Australia has over
Yes.
60 separate wine regions.
No, I believe that completely. You
Yeah.
should see how many. And
Yeah, I was gonna say.
and 60 of them, and all
In your-
60 of them
in
are
the
in
fridge.
Victoria.
Oh, yeah, I guess that too. Fraser Island is in Queensland is the largest sand island in the world.
Hey Jackson, there's a reason why Tasmania's slogan is Tasmania, come down for air.
Fresh
That's
air.
their slogan. Better than see you in the NT, am I right?
See you in the NT.
Tasmania, come down for air.
Oh, goodness, I think I need to sneeze here. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Mate,
In-
you're not coming. You're not allowed to come tomorrow.
Shut up. One sneeze.
You're not allowed to come tomorrow.
One sneeze. Oh my gosh, I'm inhumane. I'm dead.
I have a newborn here. Okay, I'm more worried about his sneezes right now.
I
do-
won't touch
do-
him. I don't have to touch
that's-
him.
That's your cue. Here, let me pull this out now.
No,
Sneeze.
don't.
Now let me.
Yeah, they
He's
suck
got a
good.
good grip on it.
The Great Ocean Road is the world's largest war memorial. I didn't think it was a war memorial, but I guess it kind of is if you think about it.
How's it? Why is it? How?
Yeah, it's because it's got.
I didn't know that.
So when you drive
Are
into
there
it from
plaques?
Melbourne, there are plaques, I believe.
My headphones just died. Hold on. They're not coming back on. I need to plug them in.
Convenient. We see Troy here dangling with one hand and a baby in his other hand while he has the cord of the headphone in his mouth while now he's injecting the cord into the side of the earphone,
hold
but
this.
also not...
All right, don't hold it. No, don't drop that. Oh, good, it didn't fall on the
has
floor.
rudely awoken the baby after trying to tell him to hold the headphones.
Can you let me?
that
let me use my
a
arm.
2-week-old baby trying to hold his
down.
headphones for him seems to
Calm
be
down.
irresponsible. His
What are you
method
getting
is
upset for? I'm
foolproof.
not doing anything.
Much. You're not doing anything. Yeah, hold my headphones. Good job, Troy.
Take it.
Best.
Take it.
This is why you're
We'll
Father of the
readjust,
Year,
we'll
telling your
readjust.
2-week-old
You didn't even
baby
move.
to...
You're the one who's bending your neck to the side, not me. All right, I can hear you now.
Australia has the world's longest golf course, measuring more than 1.3500 Ks. Sorry, let me say that again. Wow, I'll wait till Courtney.
What's up?
Do you want a decaf coffee?
Yeah, sure. You want to get him one too?
Does he need his bottle now?
Oh yeah, what time is it?
It's
his-
9:48.
I think he does. Did
9:48.
that answer?
He's 40 minutes early.
40 minutes? Come on, here, take this and settle down.
Take this.
Right, for a bit. No. You son of a bitch.
Hey! Don't swear in front of your child. Says me, who
Calm
doesn't.
down. Take it.
Take this. Don't force it. Whatever you do, don't force it.
What were you saying about the road? Do they have plaques and that?
Yes, so I believe at the entry side of the Melbourne, when you're coming from Melbourne, there's a plaque there in the entrance of the Great Ocean Road, I'm pretty sure.
Take this.
Number 10, Australia has the world's longest golf course, measuring more than 1,000 Ks.
Damn.
It's in South Australia too. I remember hearing about it.
I bet Donald Trump would love to use that one. Oh no, he owns it, doesn't he?
No, funny
Okay,
enough.
The one that got away. I will become president again, and then I will buy that golf course from Australia. And for some reason, I am now Dick Cheney. Wait, is that no? Not
Yeah,
Dick. Who does
I
that
don't know.
voice?
I don't know.
It's
It's probably
one of their presidents talks like this. Richard Nixon. I think it's Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon. No,
No, that's
I'm
not.
Richard
Yeah,
Nixon.
Nixon. Yeah, he does that voice.
Yeah,
Who's the guy who got shot?
Dick Cheney. I think it was Dick
Don't
Cheney.
know, Donald Trump.
No, Donald Trump.
No, the one who got like a big JFK. That's it.
Oh,
I was doing
yes.
them. That was my JFK impression.
Very impressive,
Well-
I think.
We're going to make America great again.
Out of the 25 most venomous snakes in the world, Australia has 21 of them.
Sounds about right. Yep.
Uh,
Most poisonous plants.
Australia also has 10,685 beaches.
That sounds about right.
33% of Australians were born in another country.
33%. Yeah. I know. I don't like it either, buddy.
This is a two-way fight, this one. Australia.
He's a bit up. It's a trigger word for him because he was born here.
It's 32%.
He's still not Jackson. 12. It's 12%.
That's better, Dad.
He actually stopped for a second.
No,
Oh
Dad,
my
it's
goodness.
13%.
Here, take this.
Take this. You gotta put him close to your belly. Put him close to your belly.
It doesn't work for me because I don't have any belly.
Ah, well, you should get.
I'm not thick enough.
Oh, you know what I should do? Tomorrow on the. Oh wait, no, I can't do that. Never mind. Sorry.
Yes.
Number 16.
It's all right,
Australia is the only continent in the world without an active volcano.
It's true, unfortunately.
Australia is the home to the longest fence in the world, the dingo fence. It's over 5,000 kilometers long to keep the dingoes out.
Keeps the rabbits out.
Yeah, too many rabbits in China.
Is the dingo fence or the rabbit-proof fence?
No, that's
is that
a different
another
one.
name for it?
That's a different fence.
He's trying to suck. Get off my nip. I think he's hungry, Courtney. That's my arm. You're not getting any milk from
There's no milk there. There's no nipples.
He gets way too active. Look at this.
Yeah, he's a boy. Boys will be boys.
Roly poly.
Roll over.
Here we go.
The
Stop
Australian
slapping yourself.
Stop slapping yourself.
Stop slapping yourself. I'm like grabbing it instead of like hitting him with it. I'm like trying to pull his hand away. No, stop slapping yourself. Stop slapping yourself.
The Australian dollar is considered to be the most advanced currency in the world. It's waterproof, made of polymer, and notoriously hard to counterfeit.
It is very hard to counterfeit.
I've seen proof of it because bloody pubs I work at, they have they have slot machines, and people have tried using counterfeit money to play, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I try to put it in his mouth, and he puts his arm up and blocks it.
Yeah, he blocks it.
Even though he wants it.
That.
And even when you put it in his mouth, he then rips it out with his hand.
Australia's the only continent. Whoa, hold on, let's try again.
Oh, I just hit his head on this.
Here comes the food or something. The world's oldest fossil was discovered in Australia, 3.4 billion years old fossil. And Australia is home to more than 1,500 species of spiders. There we go.
Didn't hurt him.
We went from an American-centric episode to why you should never come to Australia because we've got too many dangerous and deadly animals and stuff. And dingo fences. Too many dingoes in the fences. So, Jaden, what's been the... Jaden, wow, I called your son Jaden. That's terrible.
I guess, well, you're too used to hearing the sound.
Yeah.
Is that what he sounds like?
So, Axel, what's your latest highlight, Axel?
Turns and looks at the mic and goes, ah!
I'm sorry, you have to translate that for me. I don't know.
Well, today I got breastfed twice in a row instead of bottle feed. That was great. I can't believe he's already... Because I think he wants his food, but it's like only been 2 hours.
Yeah, boys will be boys. I don't know why I keep saying that, but, you know, I've had $1 every time I said it.
You okay, buddy? There we go. That's a bit better. Yeah,
So,
suck
yes.
on that finger.
Suck on
I think Jackson. I think we're gonna wrap it up. We didn't
Yep.
even do the intro, so
No, I did my intro. It was a heroic intro.
that's true. That's true. Well, you got your outro.
I'll put it in post.
I was gonna say that's okay. I can multitask. I can hold a baby.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. So thank you guys for listening.
That's his real outro.
And
I'm here to tell you right now.
yeah, we'll see you next time.
Care.
This is Sparta!
Am I glad he's frozen in there and that we're out here?
Like, make it stop!
I'm gonna stop recording.
Stop.